In this video, we'll show you how to run programs in Arduino mode using your Hummingbird Duo board. This is the option to use to write programs in the Arduino programming language. The Hummingbird will need to be connected to the computer via USB the first time you upload a program. After you upload a program, you can disconnect the Hummingbird from the computer and it will continue to run. First, make sure you have the Arduino environment and Hummingbird Arduino libraries installed for this process. When you receive your Hummingbird Duo kit, the board will come out of the box programmed for Visual Programmer, Scratch, and Snap. Now let's switch your board to Arduino mode using the Hummingbird firmware burner. You should see 4 different setting options for the Hummingbird board. Select Switch to Arduino Ready Firmware. You will then be prompted to conduct a manual reset on your Hummingbird by pressing the Reset button on the back of the board. Once the reset is complete, your board will be ready to program in Arduino mode, and you should see this display message. You can now close the Hummingbird firmware burner. Now open up Arduino on your computer. Once we have Arduino opened up, we'll need to set the board type to the Hummingbird board and also set the serial port. To do so, move to the taskbar and select Tools. Move down to the Board option and make sure it is set to the Hummingbird board. Now let's set the serial port. Head back to the Tools section and select Serial Port. Typically, the Duo serial port will be the last port listed, or in some cases, the only one. Select the port. Now let's go into your example options and select a new example program. I'll go with Fade LED, and it will be loaded into the display area. Once you've selected a program, just hit Upload and it should then run. Now that the program has been successfully uploaded, you can detach the board from your computer and the board will run on its own. If the auto upload process does not work, try changing the serial port. If it continues to not work, press Upload and then press the Reset button on the board and hold it down until the status text in the Arduino IDE reads Uploading. If your test was successful, your board is now set up for Arduino programming. You can upload different programs through Arduino just by reattaching your board via USB and selecting Upload. Lastly, let's take a look at returning your board to its original tethered mode. To switch back to tethered mode, close the Arduino environment if it's still open, and launch the Hummingbird firmware burner utility. Select Switch to Hummingbird USB tethered firmware. Now press and hold the Reset button on your controller for 1 second. Once this dialog box appears, your Hummingbird will be back in tethered mode. Hit OK. If the firmware burner failed to convert Hummingbird to tethered mode the first time, try again. Close the firmware burner once you've converted your Hummingbird Duo back to tethered mode. And that wraps up this look at programming with the Hummingbird in Arduino mode. For more info, check out our website.